Okay, so we have like the worst possible starting rotation we could ever hope to get. So I'm going to, of course he's AoEing in slot 1 because why wouldn't he be? So what I'm going to do is, rather than just quit and restart straight away, let's actually see what happens. I'm going to use AoEs. If we get a dodge with the android straight away, obviously that sets us up really nicely for the turn. Otherwise it's all downhill from there, because the AGL-21s are going to take an insane amount of damage here. So they get a dodge straight away, so that's good. They get the extra 35% defense buff. Okay, she takes 130, then she takes 150. Okay. So now as long as the... Now, post-super, these guys have better defense. Obviously, they have the 50% dodge. Anyone else... Basically, any of the 3 units on the rotation, if they dodge a super from him here now, then we should at least survive the turn. Come on, dodge it. Do it. Do it. They didn't dodge it. How much are they taking from this? Okay, well, fair. I'll take that. Yeah, because remember, after they get a dodge and they get their on-super buff, and their super attack gives them the buff as well, they do have pretty high defense. So, with the Whis active, there you go, double digits, apparently. But yeah, of course, as we all know, Android 21, not the best unit against the Fusion ZAMASU fight. So, getting both of them on turn 1 was actually horrendous. That is not what we wanted to see. But yeah, the physical androids holding it down in slot 1. Every super they get, they're raising their defense, right, as well. So, worked out pretty nicely. And of course, we're still going to have the Whis active, so we don't really need to worry about this turn. So let's do this. Right, and then we'll have the Bulma support for the next turn. So, I mean, this rotation should be fine, right? Like, Bulma basically invincible. With the Whis active, like, Bulma and 17 are basically invincible here. So we're looking pretty good. Actually, wait, where's he AoEing? He's not AoEing this turn, of course. The turn where we don't have, you know, the AGL-21 on the rotation. Now he's not doing any AoEs, but... Bruh. Yeah, we should make it to the second phase in this run. I was skeptical. Like I said, at the very start, I was like, do I just quit this and start again? Because the androids on both 21s on the first turn, pretty terrible. But, you know, we made it through with the... We used an item, though. How could we? Cue all the people saying that the run is invalid because we used items. But... That's one of the weird things about the androids, because, like, I really wanted to see how good the LR androids could be against Fusion ZAMASU, but, like, as we discussed in the showcase that I put up earlier today, their 200% teams are both pretty bad, and not really teams that you'd be wanting to run against Fusion ZAMASU. So, this is kind of the only team, realistically, in the current meta, I think, anyway, that you would be running them on. And it's a team that's just not particularly good for Fusion ZAMASU. This is an interesting rotation, though. So we got 300k defense start of turn. He's not AoEing until slot 2, which is obviously bad for you. But you do get... she's got 325k here. Because how much does she take from the AoE on this turn? It's quite a bit. The problem is, it's all her getting her defense only on super. Because with him AoEing in slot 2... You could, in theory, do this, but like the 3 attacks in slot 1, she's just going to take loads of damage. So she might as well just take the 1 AoE. Yeah, let's see how this plays out here. Oh god, of course it's the first attack of the turn. Dodge? Yes, let's go! That's what you want to see. Like I said before, right? The androids dodging the first attack of the turn is the most important thing, because then they get the defense buff for the rest of the turn. So the worst case scenario is that the first attack they have to take is a super. But they got a 50% chance to dodge as long as you start the turn above 66% HP. And yeah, we got the dodge. So yeah, 260k. I mean, that's not great. Oh, Toa didn't dodge. Ooh. I was kind of expecting Toa to just get the dodge there, but that's a bit awkward. I mean, Yeah, we're at a point, we're basically now, to play out the rest of the turn, Toa and 21 need to just dodge now, otherwise. Oh man, I had so much faith in Toa. There she is in slot 3, there's like 3 attacks. She basically has to dodge like all of those, otherwise she's dead. Oh wow, the action break from 21, you love to see that. Oh god, come on Toa, you got this. Hopefully. Right, there's 1, 2. Oh. Come on, Toa. I mean, she kind of let us down at the start, but... will Bulma kill here before the AoE? We can't get enough orbs for her to get the guaranteed additional super, so I actually don't think she will. Oh, man. Can I get away with doing this? Will 21, because we started the turn on low HP, so the physical 21 is getting guaranteed crits. So I think maybe we will be okay here tomorrow. If we get super slot 1, we just die, but... Oh, you... Of course. Oh, we actually live. Of course, if Evil 21 doesn't kill him, we've just lost. She's going to get a guaranteed crit, but I don't think it's enough. Oh, we needed to hit a potential additional. This is why my Evil 21 being 55% frauds me out so much. It's why I keep summoning on the 21 banner. Because if my if Evil 21 even had like 1 more dupe, she'd have more additional, and we potentially would have killed him. Well, it was a valiant effort. I could have just used the other Whis, but like, we'll jump back in, obviously. Alright, so we jump back in. The androids were on turn 2, so we obviously had to use a Whis on turn 1. Although I've just realised the other android's 21 was in slot 7, which means next turn we're going to have the double android 21 turn again. Man. Yeah, Android 21 is just not a unit that is ideal for Fusion ZAMASU, which I think is one of the problems, as I was starting to say in like the other part, right? Is with these LR androids, I think they are pretty well suited to do decently well against Fusion ZAMASU, but then the problem is, like, all of the teams that they're on are just not good for Fusion ZAMASU, right? Because the STR-17s, STR Super 17, not good for extreme units and enemies in general anyway, and they're not a unit that's good against AoEs. The AGL Cell is a unit that, in his first form at the very least, is quite weak defensively, so not good against Fusion ZAMASU. And then we have 21, who's probably a better team for them overall, despite them not getting a 200% leader skill. And she's not good against Fusion ZAMASU either. So it's a little bit awkward, because like these guys make a really good addition to her team. We've seen them put out some really good numbers, despite only having the 170 leader skill. But like, yeah, like Android 21's team in general, it's mostly just because of her specifically, but like her team running 2 of her is just not good against Fusion ZAMASU. So like we used the Whis turn 1 so we could get to the Android turn because we want to see what they're doing. But then this next turn, I'm just going to have to use the other Whis straight away because we've got a double 21 turn. Like, that's horrendous. Like, we already saw what happened in that last clip with double 21 on the first rotation. Like, they're going to take, with the support from Android 17 and the Whis, they're still going to be taking like 170k or something, which is kind of crazy. And then obviously it depends who takes the super. Like, super awkward and really not what you want, but you know, what can you do? Right, so yeah, let's make sure I actually do use it. But yeah, really not what you want. I mean, obviously the this team is going to be really good with the androids on it in other bosses and stuff, but yeah, I don't know. 96, and then this one takes, yeah, 143. It's pretty crazy. And then MVP 17. What are you taking from this? Oh, nothing. Good. Yeah, full dodge build MVP 17. We love to see it. Because he only needs to get hit, was it like 3 times to get fully built up? So with a full dodge build, I think when I say full dodge, he's only got like 18 or something. It means he's still going to get hit by the majority of the hits. But then it's times like that, right, where he dodges a super. That's when that build pays off. And then, of course, the 21s, now that they're post-super, and we know that he's already supered, so he's not going to be doing any more. With the item active as well, we know that these guys just now tank double digits for the rest of the turn. I've also, I think, floated off the wrong 21, because the friend one was the one that was on turn 1, wasn't it? Because the friend unit can't ever be in slot 7, which means I would have been able to transform the friend one on the next turn, which would be much more beneficial, because then we get closer to that turn where we can do the active skill. Because that's the thing, if 21 had the ability to use her transformation, well, that'd be 2 things as well, so that'd be crazy. But if she could transform and use her active skill on turn 1, then she'd obviously be fine against AoEs, because then she gets the post-super buff. But obviously that is not the case, so... I mean, yeah, I guess we just put these guys here for now. It's a shame, because this is the kind of turn where I would really like to see what Android 16 can do, and the fact that he's restricted to the 66% or less HP, it's not the best. Of course, he's supering straight away again, but we have the Whis and the Icarus active here, and they dodged, so there's the 35% buff for the turn. I mean, that's the thing, like, if you can get lucky with that first dodge, the 21, like, the LR androids in slot 1 can work, like, to a certain degree, but then, yeah, 11, I mean, they're still looking pretty good on this team. Like I say, 21 and her inability to be, you know, tank AoEs is what's kind of letting the team down a little bit for this event in particular, but the LR androids themselves looking pretty good. The additional super gets them up to about 7 million attack. So, I mean, not too shabby. And then, yeah, Evil 21 will finish them off here. So, we just need to hope that we take damage, enough damage against physical ZAMASU here that we can transform. I just really want to see Android 16. Because that's the other thing as well. 16 can be such a beast. But then, like, imagine doing all these different attempts at that and you just don't actually ever get to see him come out. It's like, bro, give me the... give me my Android 16. Alright, so transform 21. We can get our buff for the allies. I mean, 17 would die to a super here, I'm pretty sure, from Fusion ZAMASU. So as long as he doesn't super 17, we should be okay. But I'm a little bit concerned here, because I feel like this is one of those things that's going to be a huge issue with this unit. And it's the same kind of thing that you see with, like, the AGL Blue Boys and Vegito and stuff like that, right? Is I feel like you're going to get runs on these events where they almost go, like, too well, and you don't ever get to see 16 come out. However, I say that, and as I say that, Bulma takes 300k from the super, which I'm pretty sure immediately puts us into Android 16 exchange range, so never mind, I guess. Although I wonder how much is MVP 17 going to take from normals from ZAMASU after he attacks? It shouldn't be too much, right? Because he has some base damage reduction. His passive is he fully built up at this point? I'm actually not sure. He's not taking like 400k, right? He literally took 400k. So if he hadn't dodged that second attack, we would have been GG. God damn. Okay. Alright, well. Now we have to exchange first, because if we transform with 21, we'll heal.
Not bad.
But, damn.
Android 16?
The time has come to fight.
The only problem is, though, we don't have a slot 1 unit on this team now, so on this rotation, so I'm not really sure what to do here, because if I put 16 in slot 1, I'm pretty sure he just gets destroyed. Which was the downside to floating off Bulma. Oh, goodness. Yeah, because 16 only has 263k defense in slot 1, so I mean, we're already kind of screwed here now. Oh, bruh. And we used both our items to get through the first phase, because 21's not good against AoEs. So yeah, I don't really think there's much we can do. I mean, she getting hit first, she does get the extra defense. The only thing I can hope is that he doesn't super in slot 1. Because unfortunately, like 16 is actually taking damage from the normal attacks. Like, unironically, 16 will die to the normal attacks from ZAMASU in slot 1 because there's so many of them. So I guess really what we should do then is this as well, so she has big bad bosses. Man, I mean, we'll get to see what he does in terms of numbers, but it's not the best turn for him at all. Very unfortunate. Well, let's see what happens. If he supers in slot 1, we're just dead. So, oh, never mind. We're just dead anyway. Okay. Finally get 16 come out, and it's can't even do anything with it. You hate to see it. Okay, so we made it back to Fusion ZAMASU without having to use our last item, because we almost two-turned the first phase, and on turn 3, we were able to get into a situation where, with a lot of support, I mean, Android 20, she still took like 350k, but Android 21 survived the AoE without having to have the item active. And now this guy should have his full damage reduction active because we started to turn on such low HP. So by going ahead and using the other Whis here, we should basically guarantee that we survive this turn. And then next turn we get the Whis, we get the Android 16 to come out, and is on rotation with Bulma, so she can go in slot 1. So this is basically just a guarantee, because again, all I want to see really is Android 16 going crazy against ZAMASU, which hopefully now we should get to see on the next turn. Yeah, so he takes double digits, because he has what, like 57% damage reduction, and then 40 from the Whis, so he had 97% damage reduction. That's pretty good. I mean, that makes what, like a million damage super attack do like 3,000 damage, so... Or sorry, 30,000. But... And then, of course, his defense was way higher than 30,000, so he took double-digit damage. 21. Man, see, the evil 21 at 55% could still be so good. But we saw from that previous one, like, I need dupes for her, man. She'll be so much better, but... Alright, anyway. So now, we don't have any Android allies for that. Wait. Did we heal off of... Oh, we got the 20... We got the Toa heal. Because, of course, Toa had to be on this rotation, didn't she? Oh, my God. Alright, well, I guess we'll get to see what the androids do attack stat-wise with the Toa buff, but that is definitely not what I was expecting to happen. Toa. Okay. Well, I guess we're just like fated to never see Android 16 against Fusion ZAMASU, which is a huge problem with the unit, or with the setups, right? Because, man, just like the Blue Boys and Vegito, I already said it, but it's just so disappointing when like you get the unit, you take them into the event, and you just don't get to see like the transformation or anything. We got it once out of the 3 runs. And then because of the rotation, we didn't have a slot 1 unit, so we didn't get to see him do anything. 15.8. Damn. Like, that's these guys on 21's team with a 170 lead with that Toa buff. That is actually crazy. Like, imagine the turn with Android 16 with the Toa buff. Like, we saw him get up to easily over 18 million. Now imagine him with that buff from Toa. Like, yeesh. That's crazy. Right, so... do this. I think 17 should be okay with his full damage reduction, right? Because if I do this, then we should, hopefully, live this turn. Okay. Can we actually get 16 to come out now? I thought I was about to abandon all hope, but if we live this turn... Toa is really good. At the beginning of events, she is very much like a dodge or die character, but once she gets her 3 dodges, her stats do get quite high, to the point where she does at least tank normals. Of course, against big bosses, especially bosses like Fusion ZAMASU who has type advantage over her, she's going to be getting incinerated by a super attack, but, you know, as a floating support unit, you kind of expect, like, super attacks from the bigger bosses are going to do a lot of damage. But she definitely is very, very good. That heal can come in so clutch. I mean, it kind of screwed us over there, but you see like the amount of support that we got for the androids out of it as well is pretty cool. Alright, so should get 16 out now, finally, maybe? Will we get to see 16 versus Fusion ZAMASU? This is where he super attacks in slot 3 and she doesn't dodge. Alright, well, never mind, I guess. Okay, here we go. 16 time? No, we've healed too much. Oh, because AGL 21 transformed heals on her super attack effects. Well, there you go. We're just not allowed to see Android 16 versus Fusion ZAMASU, and I've basically used up all of my attempts for the day. So, and this video is now going to be, what, like 25 minutes long? So yeah, 16 just doesn't exist, apparently. Good luck getting out Android 16. I mean, sometimes you're just going to get that luck where, you know, the last turn before we go into Fusion ZAMASU, on the rotation before the LR androids, someone's going to get hit with a super, and we're just going to go into Fusion ZAMASU on the first turn and exchange into 16. Other times, you're going to get runs like this, where we've done like 3 or 4 separate runs, and we got him out once, but like with such a shocking rotation, like we couldn't actually do anything. So, but good old, you know, limited attempts per day, so we can't just keep trying it either, which is very annoying. But yeah, there you go. That's the LR androids against Fusion ZAMASU. They definitely can work very well against him, but the team setups are what kind of lets the whole thing down a little bit. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. What do you think of the androids? Let me know some other events you'd like me to take them into, because obviously, you know, on these events that don't have AoEs, this 21 team with them on it should absolutely cook, but this is definitely a weird setup, so I guess it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.